Belief can lead to legacy. We often think greatness emerges in grand gestures in the spotlight, with applause and accolades. But history tells us that behind many world-changing individuals stood someone who believed. Not loudly. Not famously. But fiercely. Two such people, Jo van Gogh-Bonger and Bertha Benz, weren't the creators. They weren't the inventors. They didn't hold the paintbrush or tighten the last bolt. But they saw something others didn't. They held a quiet conviction when the world shrugged or laughed. And in doing so, they changed our lives. Jo van Gogh-Bonger, the woman who helped to paint Vincent's legacy. When Vincent van Gogh died in 1890, he was an unknown and misunderstood artist. He only sold one painting during his lifetime, The Red Vineyard. His reputation was overshadowed by his mental health struggles and his tragic story of self-destruction. To the outside world, he was mad, a misfit, and a failure. But to one person, he was a misunderstood genius. Enter Jo van Gogh-Bonger, the wife of Vincent's brother Theo. Jo had only been married to Theo for just over a year when both Vincent and Theo died within months of each other, Vincent from suicide, Theo from debilitating illness and grief. At the age of 28, Jo was a widow, with a young child, and in possession of hundreds of Vincent's paintings and letters. Where others might have sold the paintings or locked away the past, Jo leaned in. She read Vincent's letters, to Theo, to others, and realized that the world had never truly met the real Vincent. She began organizing exhibitions, translating his letters, and gently shaping public opinion. It wasn't a flash-in-the-pan success. For years, she faced resistance from the art establishment. But Jo had something stronger than strategy, she had conviction. Her belief in Vincent's genius never wavered. Today, Van Gogh is one of the most celebrated artists in history. His work hangs in the world's finest galleries, his story has been immortalized in film, music, and books, and yet, none of this would have happened without Jo. She didn't just preserve his legacy. She created it. Bertha Benz, the first road trip that drove the future. In the 1880s, the idea of a motorized vehicle was considered eccentric at best, and outright laughable at worst. Carl Benz had built the first petrol-powered car in 1885, a three-wheeled motorwagen with a top speed of 10 miles per hour. But public interest was limited. Skepticism was everywhere. Who would ever trade in their horse? Then came Bertha, Carl's wife. In 1888, without telling her husband, Bertha took the motorwagen on a 106 kilometers journey from Mannheim to Pforzheim, with her two sons on board. It was the first long-distance trip in an automobile. Along the way, she stopped for fuel at a pharmacy, making it the world's first petrol station, fixed a clogged fuel line with a hat pin, and cleaned a carburetor with her hairpin. She didn't just prove the car worked, she proved it could change everything. Her journey generated media attention and public interest. More importantly, it gave Carl the encouragement he needed to keep going. She demonstrated viability at a time when the world was still riding horses. Today, Mercedes-Benz is one of the most iconic car brands in the world. And it all began because someone believed. Belief is the seed of legacy. These stories may be over a century old, but their lessons couldn't be more modern. We live in a fast-paced, achievement-obsessed world that praises independence, hustle, and personal branding. But behind every so-called self-made success is usually someone, a teacher, a mentor, a spouse, a colleague, who believed before the results ever showed up. Belief is the currency of transformation. A mentor who spots potential before you've proven it. A manager who lets you lead the project you're not ready for. A friend who listens, encourages, and nudges you toward greatness. In your own journey, whether you're building a business, writing a book, launching a YouTube channel, or trying to lead with purpose, ask yourself, who are the Jos and Berthas in your story? And more importantly, who are you choosing to believe in? From receiver to giver, become the believer. There's incredible power in passing belief forward if you're in a leadership, teaching or coaching role. You don't have to change the world to change someone's world. Say the encouraging word. Give the opportunity. Back someone's crazy idea. Hold the mirror until they can see themselves clearly. Because belief is contagious, and the right belief, in the right moment, can be the brushstroke that completes a masterpiece. Your legacy starts now. As someone passionate about financial leadership and coaching, I've learned that strategy is important, but belief drives execution. Talent is great, but conviction sustains momentum.